Guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave folks. The time has finally coming. It's one of those moments every fan either loves or dreads, and one player on the team is going to experience both sides of it as well. What am I talking about? The return game. Jimmy Butler is heading back to Miami for the first time since he was traded from the Heat to the Golden State Warriors. As a fan base, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it, but either way it's going to be electric inside the Kia Center in Miami for the opposing team, the Miami Heat. This game is personal. They're going to want to show that they're better, especially since they haven't been the same since Jimmy left. When Jimmy Butler left Miami, it wasn't the way most people expected. The Heat traded him away, and to be honest, he probably wasn't too thrilled about how things ended. Sure, he had some issues getting suspended multiple times this year, but this is his moment to prove himself as a Warriors fan and as a teammate. You want to be there for Jimmy in this return game. Think back to when Klay Thompson returned to the Bay after his injury. It was all about supporting him in his moment. Now it's Jimmy's turn to go back to Miami, where he spent 5 years of his career. In this video we're going to break everything down. What is Jimmy saying about this game? How does Eric Spoelstra, the coach of the Heat, feel about Jimmy's return? What does Steve Kerr, our Warriors coach, have to say? We'll hear from the teammates as well, and we'll dive deep into Jimmy's past performances in return games. He's had several throughout his career, with his most notable games coming against teams like Minnesota, Philadelphia and Chicago. So how's he done those games? We'll analyze that and talk about how he performed in his first games back at those home arenas. But before we dive into all of that, there's one thing I've got to say, and it's important. Thank you to every single one of you who has supported this channel. We've crossed 10,000 subscribers in less than a year since starting this Warriors Digest channel. That's huge. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone who subscribed, watched the videos and been part of this journey with us. This milestone means so much to me, and I know it means a lot to Arthur and the entire Digest media family. If you're out there watching, if you've subscribed, if you've shared our content, you're a huge part of this. I can't express how much it means to us. Thank you again. And just so you know, this is only the beginning. We're going to keep pushing, keep growing, and keep making this channel the best Warriors content on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do be part of the 10,000 plus subscribers who are making this channel something special. I'm genuinely grateful to each and every one of you. If you were subscriber number 1 or subscriber number 10, you're a part of this journey, and I can't thank you enough for your support. Jimmy's been clear about his feelings. He said he doesn't care if he gets booed or cheered when he steps onto that court. To him it doesn't matter. He's a member of the Golden State Warriors now, and that's where his focus is. Jimmy appreciates the time he spent in Miami and the love the fans showed him, but now he's here to win with the Warriors. He doesn't know if the Heat will play a tribute video for him when he enters the game. Miami is a classy organization, so part of him thinks they might do something special for him, but we all know that things got a little rocky between Jimmy and the Heat, especially with the front office, and that may influence their decisions. Still, I think the Heat will show him respect. They're a well-run organization, and Jimmy deserves that. He led Miami to 2 NBA Finals appearances, even though they didn't win either championship. But you know, only one team gets to come out on top, right? Now let's shift gears and talk about Jimmy's role with the Warriors and how things have been since his arrival. For context, Jimmy Butler has yet to win an NBA championship in his career. Meanwhile, the Warriors have 4 championships in the last decade. Jimmy joined the Warriors with the hopes of winning a 5th ring, and that journey starts now. But what do his teammates think about Jimmy's return to Miami? Draymond Green spoke up about Jimmy's role on the Warriors, saying that this game is a big one for Jimmy and they're all going to come out and play hard for him. Of course, Andrew Wiggins, who is traded for Jimmy, is also going to want to show out in Miami, playing against the Heat for the first time since that trade. But even though it's a return game for both of them, this one is all about Jimmy. And of course, Steph Curry is right there with him. Steph's a competitor. He's one of the greatest players of all time. He's been dealing with a back bruise and pelvic injury, but you can bet that he won't be on the floor for this game. The spotlight is always shining on Steph, and he's going to want to make sure that Jimmy's return is one to remember. The whole Warriors team is going to be locked in for this game. They're going to want to make sure Jimmy has a big game, and I know that they'll do everything they can to support him. Guys like Draymond, Wiggins and others will be there for Jimmy, and the game will have that extra intensity because of it. So let's not forget about the Heat's head coach Eric Spoelstra. Spoelstra has a lot of respect for Jimmy and what he brought to the team. He said that the Heat had a great 5-year run with Jimmy, even though they never won a title, but only one team can win it all. Right, Spoelstra will be sure to have his team ready to face the Warriors and make sure this game is competitive. Now let's talk about Jimmy's past performances in return games. He's had a few of them throughout his career. When he returned to Chicago after being traded to Minnesota, he had an incredible game, scoring 38 points, grabbing 7 rebounds and dishing out 5 assists. Off the Wolves lost that game. Then when he returned to Philadelphia as a member of the Timberwolves, he had another strong performance, logging 33 minutes, scoring 12 points, grabbing 13 rebounds and adding 5 assists to his stat line in a double-double effort. The Sixers won that game 118-109. His next return came when he was with Miami playing against his former team, the Philadelphia 76ers. In that game he scored 11 points, grabbed 5 rebounds and dished out 3 assists, helping Miami beat the Sixers 86-76. Jimmy Butler has been solid in all of his return games, with the exception of his return to Chicago where he put up massive numbers. Overall he's averaging 21.5 points, 7 rebounds and 4.5 assists in these return matchups. It's clear that Jimmy rises to the occasion when he plays against his former teams. This time in Miami is going to be no different. He's going to want to go all out and prove that he made the right decision by coming to the Warriors. So, folks, buckle up. Jimmy Butler's return to Miami is going to be a massive game. I'll be taking a break for a little while, but when I return we'll talk more Warriors basketball. Thanks again for the support, and I'll see you soon as we look ahead to Jimmy Butler's return game in Miami. We can't forget how important this matchup is for both Jimmy and the Warriors. For Jimmy, this isn't just another regular season game. This is his chance to show the Miami Heat and their fans that he still got it, that he can still be the star player that led them to 2 NBA Finals appearances during his time there. Even though those finals didn't end in championships, Jimmy's leadership and determination were undeniable. Miami fans know this, and while there may have been a fallout between Jimmy and the Heat's front office, the respect he earned with his performances on the court will always remain. The question now is how the Heat will respond. Will they honor Jimmy with a tribute video? Will they give him the recognition he deserves, or will it be a cold perception due to the things ended between him and the organization? Miami fans have always been passionate, and this game is going to be filled with emotion. It's hard to predict how they'll react when Jimmy steps onto the court for the first time as a Warrior. In the end though, Jimmy Butler is a competitor and he doesn't care much about the reception he gets. He's there to win, and he's proven time and time again that no matter the opponent or the setting, he brings his best. The Miami Heat might have been a huge part of his career, but Jimmy's focus now is on winning championships with the Golden State Warriors. He knows that a win in Miami would be a big statement, not just for him but for the entire Warriors team. For the Warriors, this game is an opportunity to rally behind Jimmy and show the league that they're a force to be reckoned with. Jimmy's presence has made an immediate impact on the team, and he's brought a level of leadership that has propelled the Warriors back in a playoff contention. When he joined their Warriors wasn't just about adding a star player, it was about adding a player who understands what it takes to win in high-pressure situations, and Jimmy has been nothing short of impressive since arriving. His play on both ends of the floor has helped elevate the Warriors, and now they're in a good spot to make a deep playoff run. As we think about Jimmy's impact, we also have to acknowledge the rest of the Warriors roster. Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins and Steph Curry all play crucial roles in supporting Jimmy. For Draymond, this is a big game. He's always been a vocal leader and someone who thrives in big moments, and he'll be there to ensure that the Warriors are ready to battle in Miami. Andrew Wiggins is in a similar position, having been traded from the Warriors to the Heat in exchange for Jimmy Butler. This will be his first time playing against Miami since the trade, and you can bet that he'll be looking to show out in this game. Both Wiggins and Draymond will want to give Jimmy a chance to shine, but they'll also be playing to prove that Warriors are the team to beat. Then there's Steph Curry, the two-time MVP and Finals MVP, has been dealing with some injury issues lately, but you know Steph, he's always ready to rise to the occasion when the spotlight is on. Even though he's dealing with a back bruise and pelvic injury, there's no doubt in my mind that Steph will want to be on the floor for this game. He knows how important this moment is for Jimmy, and he'll do everything he can to make sure the Warriors come out on top. The Heat will likely give the Warriors a tough test, but with Steph's leadership and Jimmy's energy, the Warriors are in a great position to win this game. Another key aspect to consider is the Warriors team chemistry. These guys have been together for years, and the bond they share is something that sets them apart from many other teams. There's a genuine love and respect between the players, and that's evident when they're on the court. With Jimmy now in a mix, it's clear that the Warriors have become an even more cohesive unit. Everyone knows their role and everyone is willing to do whatever it takes to win. That's what makes this team dangerous, and that's why they're so motivated to get a win for Jimmy in Miami. On the Heat side, there's no doubt they're going to come out swinging. Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Heat, is one of the best in the business, and he's going to have his team ready to fight. Spoelstra knows how to get the best out of his players, and he'll be sure to get them fired up for this game. Jimmy Butler might be returning to Miami, but the Heat are a proud team and they won't make it easy for the Warriors. Spoelstra will have his guys prepared to give it everything they've got, and the Heat will be looking to show the Warriors that there's still a contender in the East. On the Heat side, there's no doubt they're going to come out swinging. Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Heat, is one of the best in the business, and he's going to have his team ready to fight. Spoelstra knows how to get the best out of his players, and he'll be sure to get them fired up for this game. Jimmy Butler might be returning to Miami, but the Heat are a proud team and they won't make it easy for the Warriors. Spoelstra will have his guys prepared to give it everything they've got, and the Heat will be looking to show the Warriors that there's still a contender in the East. But let's not forget about Jimmy's past performances in return games. He's had several, and while they haven't always gone in his favor, he's consistently delivered strong performances. His return to Chicago, for example, was a memorable one. Despite the Timberwolves losing the game, Jimmy dropped 38 points and grabbed 7 rebounds, showcasing his ability to dominate even in hostile environments. His return to Philadelphia was another strong performance, though the outcome was different with the Sixers winning the game. But Jimmy didn't shy away from the challenge, and that's something that has defined his career. He always shows up when it matters most. Now in Miami, it's his chance to prove once again that he's one of the league's premier players. Whether he gets a tribute video or not, whether he gets booed or cheered, Jimmy Butler will bring his A game. He's a player who thrives in these types of situations, and I expect him to go all out in this game. It's going to be an exciting matchup, one that's filled with storylines and drama. The Warriors are going to need to be at their best, and with Jimmy leading the way, they have the firepower to take down the Heat. As we wrap up this preview, I just want to remind everyone how important this game is for the Warriors and Jimmy Butler. It's not just about a regular season win, it's about making a statement, about showing the world that the Warriors are still the team to beat. Jimmy's return to Miami is going to be filled with emotion, and I know that the entire Warriors squad is going to rally around him. They'll be ready to fight for the win and for Jimmy, so make sure you're tuning in for what promises to be one of the most exciting games of the season. Let's see how Jimmy Butler does in his return to Miami, and let's see if the Warriors can come out on top. The road ahead is tough, but with Jimmy Butler on their side, the Warriors have a real shot at making a deep playoff run. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. Jimmy Butler has finally broken his silence, setting the record straight on why he initially pushed for a move to the Phoenix Suns instead of the Golden State Warriors. Rumors swirled that money was a driving force, that Suns owner Matt Ishbia was prepared to hand Butler a massive deal, but Butler, in his signature defiant style, shut down the speculation. "I knew I was going to get this contract no matter what," he told The Athletic's Anthony Slater. "People keep talking about money. How can it be about money when any team that traded for me was going to pay me? I just want to win." For Butler, the Suns seemed like the natural fit. He had history with Kevin Durant, chemistry with Devin Booker, and a deep understanding of Tyus Jones' game. But fate had other plans. The Warriors, initially hesitant to meet Miami's price tag and dismissed outright by Durant, made their move once Butler landed in the Bay Area. Everything changed. Golden State immediately handed him a 2-year $11 million extension, securing their belief in his game-changing impact. The results were instantaneous. A struggling Warriors team suddenly roared to life, surging up the Western Conference stand with a 16-4 run. Now with his future locked in, Butler has proven his worth on the court. His presence has revitalized a once fading dynasty. Stephen Curry and Draymond Green have looked reborn. Young players like Moses Moody and Brandon Podolsky have credited Butler for their evolution, and for Warriors GM Mike Dunleavy Jr., the gamble was never really a gamble at all. The paying part is easy because basketball-wise he's that good. D-Love said he elevates everyone around him. That's what makes a max player. The numbers tell the story, but Butler's impact is more than just stats. He's brought back the grit, the edge, the fire that made Golden State great in the first place. The Warriors took a risk on his attitude, his age, his fit, and yet as they storm up the standings, one thing is clear: they didn't just acquire a player, they reignited a championship caliber force. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.